Wes. Well, I know you said at the beginning of the show we got the whole state covered. If it means anything, on the way down here to Ashdown, I actually crossed over into Texas. So, yeah, we got the state covered here for you.
If they ever tell you there's a boring day back there in sports, never. 1 and 4 Fountain Lake in things. How about that when you got teams such as Glen Rose, 4-1, big win over Jessieville this past week? I'm just saying. Well, this past weekend didn't fare so well for Red Wolf fans. You did snag Freddie Knighton as a commit, though, but the basketball team took it on the chin. Picture's worth 1,000 words there.
Piece of cheese. This 20-year cheddar is selling for $209 a pound. I don't know about y'all. I don't have that kind of cheddar to throw around. You stole my thunder there, Jay. You had it. That's exactly where I was going.
Oh, man. I Swiss cheese that joke.
All right, Matt, take the weather.
This game has really been all about big plays. I would gather to say that every touchdown in this game has probably averaged over 30 yards in this one. And Russellville is going to win this game here. Let me show you the action here. Let me show you the action down here. I told you it was all about the big plays, and that one, 79 yards is the official call. And as of right now, there you see it, Russellville looking like they're going to pull this one off.
Drive, and I say James Tabbery because Freddie Knighton actually was out a lot of the second half with an apparent groin injury. I talked to him briefly after the game. He said he was all right. He was walking, fortunately. A little bit of a limp there to it, but we'll monitor that as the team now has to get ready for another Missouri team as Missouri State comes to town next weekend. So
a bit of a weird year so far for the Hogs. Early in the season, really couldn't get their running game together, but how much have they worked on that the past 3 weeks? Well, consider this. The Hogs have put up 735 rushing yards in the past 3 weeks, 275 of those coming against Tennessee last week in their 24-20 win over the Vols. So no surprise there. The Hogs had several critics wondering about their identity after the Toledo loss. However, Raleigh Williams III and Alex Collins just became the first tandem with each back rushing for over 100 yards in an SEC game since, check this, Darren McFadden and Felix Jones way back in 2007.
Running the football makes the receivers, the tight ends, the quarterback's job, everybody's jobs become easier. Throwing the football when you can make them have to defend and stop the run.
It all starts up front. I think our O-line's coming off the ball a lot better. We got maybe a little bit too much east and west. We're definitely coming off the football and comboing up to the second level, moving people at the line of scrimmage a little bit better.
So you would hope that with the Hogs having the biggest offensive line, not only in all of college football, but if you compare them to NFL lines, they're bigger than everybody there, too. It's good to see them finally figuring out that rushing game. Alex Collins starting to come in to his own a little bit as well. Raleigh Williams really starting to kind of pick up the speed of everything in the SEC. So they're definitely developing into a nice little 1-2 punch there, considering all of the injuries that the Hogs have had. We got plenty more coming up for you here. From outside Paul Bryant Denny Stadium here in Tuscaloosa. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Jay Burr, thank you so much. The state.
Well, thank you, guys. I'm still standing, so in New Orleans, that's usually a pretty good thing. In fact, this team now in their 5th straight bowl game. They've set a record number of bowl tickets bought through the school. They're building a little bit of a reputation for showing up in droves, and they have certainly taken over the Big Easy. Now, the streets have been crawling with Red Wolves fans, a huge influx showing up today. Now, and if you haven't noticed during the broadcast of the game, in the past, you'll notice Arkansas State always on the side where the cameras seem to point, and that is something that Athletic Director Terry Mahajer takes great pride in.
We asked this time, and I knew it was going to be a home game, so to speak, for La Tech being in the state. And you know what? I wanted the challenge of being on the visiting side, which is the TV side. And you know, so far, so from what I've seen, that our fans are stepping up to the challenge.
And you also heard from Governor Asa Hutchinson before this. Former Governor Mike Beebe actually took the stage with an REO Speedwagon. I actually thought REO Speedwagon was an old car, like a Pontiac Trans Am. So, Bob, maybe you can get me up to speed on what an REO Speedwagon is. But definitely getting you set for the 2015 New Orleans Bowl kickoff tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We're going to have lots of coverage leading up to the game. Also, look for that coverage on Sunday after the game. It's going to be a late broadcast. We're not going to be able to show you anything that night, but Sunday night, definitely for sure. So hopefully, the Red Wolves can pull out win number 10 on the air. But for now, from the Crescent City here on Canal Street, Jay Burr, KRK 4 News.
REO Speedwagon is a classic band, Jay Burr. Classic.
He'll have to educate himself.
I've heard of
a hair band.
I've heard of such a thing as an REO Speedwagon. I just wasn't sure.
That's okay, because once we had a reporter refer to it as Rio Speedwagon.
So
you're ahead of the curve.
You're ahead.
Jay, thanks very much.
I'm not incredibly far behind.
The Arkansas Razorbacks, fresh off a record-setting road win against South Carolina, return to the friendly confines of Bud Walton Arena, where the Hogs have only lost once all year. But the boot game on the hardwood never lacks drama as well. Speaking of the boot, the Hogs bringing out the boot today. Good time to celebrate in front of your rival. Tight game early on. Nice dish here. Michael Qualls for the flush. Hogs up too early. After an LSU run, the Hogs need to start hitting some shots, and they finally found their touch from 3. Drills that one there later. Kai Madden in on the barrage as well. Hogs climb back into this thing. Second half, though, Hogs down 5. Missed the wide open 3, but Bobby Portis out hustling and out muscling. He goes underneath for the reverse lay-in. Hogs up 3 now. Jalen Patterson would knock down a 3. Check it out from the pig's tail. What a bomb. Tie game. Hogs got a chance to take the lead. Alonzo Harris thinks he's got the easy 2, but he is denied, and LSU would get the last shot. Great defense here, but Keith Hornsby in the corner. Dagger. LSU bench goes nuts, and that's how the regular season would end for the Razorbacks. And the worst way to end it, an 81-78 loss to LSU. Martin led the way for the Tigers with 27. Patterson did a lot of damage from beyond the arc. Not a strong suit for the Hogs today as they shot 28% from 3, but the biggest 3 almost got blocked by Qualls, who said he did get a piece of it.
It happens. The opportunity was there, and so you got to give them credit.
Arkansas State hosting ULL tonight. No seniors on the men team, but after 35 years, Dr. Gamble keeping the books. This will be his last one. First half there, big man Bryce Washington on the drive, hard to the hoop, gets the deuce. Sean Gardner going to come right back down with a 3 of his own. Arkansas State looked good in this one early. Down 11-7 at that point. Later, Anthony Livingston fights hard down low for 2. If he's not the best guy, big guy in the Sun Belt, I don't know who is. Too much ULL in this one. The Ragin' Cajuns led by 10 at the half, and they never looked back. Red Wolves are now done with their season since they did not qualify for the Sun Belt Tournament. On the ladies' side, Hannah Kadon and Jasmine Hunt honored in this one as the only 2 seniors. First half senior Kadon to Hunt for 2. 4-4 at that point. Later, Kadon got a nifty move here. She hits the short jumper. She had 13 points, 4 assists. Then Brittany Gill putting you through the spin cycle right there. Finished for 2, 14-9 Red Wolves at that point. And from there, it was all A-State. Kadon to Gamble, who hits the corner 3. She was fouled there. 4-point play for the gal. Watch out for her. Hunt had 21, making all 8 of her field goals and all 5 of her free throws. That's how you go out. Red Wolves win this one 87-65. They pick up their 21st regular season win, tying a program record. Red Wolves will be the number 2 seed, taking on App State in the Sun Belt Tournament. The Hogs hoping to fare a little better on the diamond than on the hard court today, looking to take the series from Loyola Marymount this afternoon. Dominic Taccolini, say that 10 times fast. On the mound here, getting some support from the bats today. Bottom 1, Tyler Spoon flies out to center here. You don't think no big deal. Clark Egan scores, though, makes it 1-0. Bottom 2, no outs. Bases jacked for Tucker Pinnell, who chops one to second. Lions turn the double play, but Bobby Werns able to extend the lead. 2-0 there. Later in the inning, it's rally time. Andrew Benatendi lines it to left. He loves good steak. 2 helpings of ribeye there. Hogs score 2 on the play, go up 4-0. At that point, they would cruise to the series win, 13-7. Is your final. Other games around the state. Arkansas State and UTA moved their series from Jonesboro thanks to the snowpocalypse. You see Arkansas State trailing 3-2 bottom of the 6th at last check there. UALR dropped game 2 1-0 to South Alabama. Rubber match there is tomorrow. The Bears went on the road with brooms on the mind as they swept the Lumberjacks. Took extras in that first one. But hey, take my word for it. There you see it, 9-8 in that first game, and then they let it fly in the second one, 11-1 to win. They moved to 7-3 on the season. UAPB also on the road, doubleheader of their own. Dropped the first game 9-7, but lit the Panthers up for 19 runs in the second. Game 3 is tomorrow afternoon. The Great American Conference is down to the Final Four on both the women's and men's bracket tomorrow, but titled who's going to get there? Harding trying to secure an Arkansas team in the finals here, looking good early, bombs away here. Harding lights out in the first half, playing some hard-nosed defense here too. Gets the breakaway here, gonna miss the easy lay-in. Long story short here, East Central gets the win, so no Arkansas team yet. On the men's side, they lose 77-68. Also on the women's side, we've got a Harding and Arkansas Tech matchup, so we got some Arkansas love in there somewhere. It's gonna do it for us here with sports. Stick around, we got a last look at your weather coming up.